Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Confy Stories. So I have a story for us. This person said, I was 24 years old planning my wedding when my father had accident and died. He was my only parent since my mom died years ago. After his death, my uncle gathered, talking about sharing his properties as if my 8 years old brother did not exist. I begged them to take my brother in, but none of them agreed to do so. So I turned to my husband to be and begged him to let my brother come live with us, but he refused, saying he was not ready for that kind of responsibility. I couldn't abandon my brother, so in the end, I cancelled my wedding and took my brother in and began to raise him. For years, I yearned to find love again, praying to find true love, a man willing to marry me and also take my brother in. But that didn't happen because each time I thought I found love, a man for me, somehow someone would tell the man I was somehow someone will tell the man I was about to marry that my brother is my biological son, that I've been lying to him, and the man will leave. At a point, I stopped trying to find love or to get married. I focused all my energy on giving my brother the best life I could. I made sure he lacked nothing. I was not rich, but I made sure he went to the best schools and had every advantage most rich kids had. I encouraged him to learn different digital skills so he can have every advantage possible. By the time he was 24 years old, he was doing well. He bought himself a nice car, and when he was 26 years old, we both raised money to buy a house, a duplex, which was in his name. Since my since my uncles shared my father's properties among themselves, as if my brother didn't exist, I was much concerned about him having a place of his own. What a good sister. However, the day we moved into the house, he gave me the shock of my life. He told me he had a confession to make. Then he went ahead to confess that he was the reason those men left. He was the one who told them I was his mom, but I forced him to be calling me sister because I was ashamed of him. He pleaded with me to forgive him, saying he was scared that I will abandon him once I marry. So he didn't want me to. Hmm. Oh, that confession broke me. It shattered every bit of me. I cried for days. His then fiancée pleaded with me to forgive him, that it was weighing him down. I was 42, single, and broken. He was the only family I had, so I forgave him. He and the girl promised to take care of me, that after all, I was his mother in every way. But immediately after marriage, everything changed. His wife started acting as if we were in a competition. She said she cannot live in the same house with them, so my brother began to use it to threaten me. When I reminded him that more than one third of the money used in buying the house was mine, they called me petty. He said I've shown him that I don't consider him as my son. Because if he was my son, will I drag the house with him? Hmm. From that day, his wife would always look for a way to pick on me. One day, she slapped me. I couldn't take it anymore, so I fought back. When my brother came back, he sided with his wife as usual and told me to apologize. Each time his wife and I had a disagreement, he would side with her and ask me to apologize. He will threaten he will no longer recognize me if I don't apologize. He was my only family, so I will capitulate and apologize. I didn't want to lose him, and I was afraid that if I leave, his wife and her family will finish him. But that day, I finally had enough. Because of the way he and his wife treated me, as if I was living only through their grace, I lost confidence in myself and became a shadow of me. But that day, I told him no, I will not apologize. We had a huge fight. He told me he will no longer see me as his mother, and then they threw me out. I know he probably expected me to come back to beg him, but I didn't. I walked away and hid. I hid in a hotel for weeks, crying, asking God why. I didn't even know what I was waiting to happen. But one day, I lost consciousness and woke up in a hospital. I called him. He came, mocked me, said, "Look at my life. If I had been obedient, my life wouldn't have fallen apart." He told me he has begged his wife, and since his wife was pregnant, they needed a nanny. If I agreed to come back and always do as I was told, he will take me back. As I listened to him, something in me died, and something in me was resurrected. I was just 43 years old, and a child I raised was acting as if I was close to death's door. I am a graduate and also a very gifted chef. I was a well sought after chef in my prime. So I looked him in the face and told him I don't regret my choices and my sacrifices. It was what I was supposed to do. But from that moment, I don't owe him anything anymore. That I don't want to ever see him again. He said I was throwing tantrums. Said I was being childish. Said once I'm done. I should come home. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I brought him up to be ungrateful. But at that moment, I didn't care anymore. A new life was waiting for me. As he left, I blocked him and later threw away my SIM card. I didn't want anyone from that life to contact me. After I left the hospital, I moved to another town, rented one room, and started a small booker. My cooking skills was a gift, so my business boomed, and soon I had another girl helping me. I had one customer. He was a CEO of a big company. He begged me to leave my business and go and work as a cook for his father, offering me money he knows I will never make. His father lived alone with domestic staff, but recently he developed what they called weak stomach, that he couldn't tolerate most food. The man said my food didn't cause the man discomfort, so he begged him to hire me at all costs. The To cut the story short, I accepted the job and became the man's cook. As went by, we became friends. I mean, his father and I. And later we fell in love and got married. I'm happy now. At 47, I became pregnant. Nobody believed it. It was a miracle. His family flew me to the US and I gave birth to my beautiful daughter there through CS. My husband is 65 years old. I'm 52. My daughter is 5 now, and his step siblings spoil both of us rotten. All they ask of me is to love and take care of their father, a man who showed me what love is. Few months back, my brother found me through social media posts of my stepchildren. It was their father's 65 years birthday, and they threw a big party where I was the center stage. Since then, my brother has been asking for forgiveness, begging for my help. Oh, I forgot to tell you. He had an accident 4 years ago and became wheelchair bound. His wife and her family sold what they can and she ran away with another man, claiming their 2 kids are not his. Hmm. He said I'm his only family. I should forgive and forget. That blood is thicker than water. He claims his wife pushed him to do what he did, but I know that's not entirely true. He never saw me as someone important to him. All he saw was someone to take care of him. And once he didn't need me, I was easy to discard. Now he cries, saying he is my father's only son, that I cannot abandon him. But the truth is, he's dead to me, and I'm too happy to care. I'm sending you this story anonymously. Do with it what you want to. Maybe someone will learn from it. Never give too much of yourself. Always check to see if the person is reciprocating the love you give. I follow you. I will read the comments. Bye. hmm. This story is sad, but come on. I don't know. Why why is it that it's sad story that is filled everywhere? I'm waiting to hear happily ever after. I met someone in Facebook and I met somebody social place, we marry and we are living life and we are enjoying our life. That is actually what I want to hear. Sometimes someone tell a good story of, but come on. I don't know how to describe this kind of people. The brother, they use you, then they dump. Imagine doing that to your sister who gave up everything to to raise you. Somebody will now come. She probably nurtured the relationship and the person has accepted you. You now go and tell the person that she's your mother, or that she's telling you to lie, that she's your sister. I think that's what off me. That particular when I got to that place, I was like, wow. So if he did that when he threw her out of the house, I wasn't surprised because for him to do that to her, for him, come on now. Anyway, guys, so that's the story. Let me hear your opinion. What do you think of the brother? This life, family is not just blood. Honestly, I've come to learn that family is not just about blood. It's about the people you meet who love you, who truly care for you, who truly take you as family. You become family to them. Sometimes, I beg. So, guys, no negative vibes. No, let me laugh my laugh. So, tell me what you think in your comment section. What will you do if you're the woman?